Before I begin, I would like to remind you guys that there could be massive potential spoilers in this analysis. If you don't want the movie to be potentially spoiled, stop watching now. You've been warned. Let's begin. The following preview has been approved for appropriate audiences, blah blah blah. I don't see anything here to analyse. Moving on. Okay, so here is our first overhead view of Spain. Technically Malta, that's where most of the movie was filmed. Nothing special to see, typical opening to an entry in the Assassin's Creed series. Moving on. Here is Callum Lynch, played by Michael Fassbender, and the main character in the movie. Here is the official synopsis from Assassin's Creed Wikia. A criminal, Callum was scheduled to be executed. However, the Templars learned of his assassin ancestry and faked his death so that they could access Aguila de Nejas, our other main character and Spanish assassin, memories during the Spanish Inquisition. They revived Callum the following day in an Abstergo facility for use in animus experiments. More on Aguila de Neja later in the video.
Where am I?
This is Marion Cotillard's character, Dr. Sophia Ricken, the daughter of Alan Ricken, who you may or may not remember from Assassin's Creed 1. Alan Ricken didn't really appear in that game. Well, he kinda did, but he was kind of a silhouette behind a foggy window. But more on Alan later in the video. Not much else is known of Sophia, except for being the daughter of Alan Ricken, a doctor and a researcher working for Abstergo.
At 6 p.m. yesterday evening, you were executed and pronounced dead.
Not to be pedantic, but it was actually 5:59 p.m. You guys do know I'm just joking, right? Anyway, I don't recognise any of the characters in this scene. Maybe the guy in the suit is important, maybe not. No information is known at the present moment, so I'll just leave it there.
You no longer exist.
20th Century Fox presents. Moving on.
What kind of prison is this?
So this appears to be some kind of garden, possibly some kind of program in the Animus, like the training program from Assassin's Creed 1, or the Black Room in Revelations, or it could be just some fancy garden.
It's not a prison.
Classic Abstergo insignia. I'm a little more convinced this is some training program Callum is experiencing. The pattern of the ceiling in this frame and the silhouettes of birds and maybe a fish are convincing me that this is the memory corridor. You guys do know what the memory corridor is, right? Basically, it's the loading screen white room section in the games.
You're about to enter the Animus. What you're about to...
Look at these numerous hidden blades. I've been trying to get a closer look at the blades to see if any of them match up with any previous protagonists, but the quality is too low. I did a little research though, and WhatCulture.com seemed to think that the blade, third from the right, is Ezio's hook blade. I think it's a bit of a stretch, but who knows, maybe it is.
To see, hear and feel are the memories of...
Here is our first look at Alan Ricken in the movie, portrayed by Jeremy Irons. As I was saying before, you may or may not remember Alan Ricken from Assassin's Creed 1. His name shows up in a few emails if you look at Lucy's, or was it Vidic's? I can't remember. Laptop. It was any one of those two characters' laptops. He looks a little bit different in this movie compared to how he has been portrayed in one of the comic books, as shown. I just thought that was a little interesting. So, let's talk about Ricken's background and characteristics. Alan Ricken is the current CEO of Abstergo Industries and one of the most powerful figures within the Templar Order. Ricken's predecessor influenced and encouraged the new CEO to establish a new world order before all turned to anarchy. These goals are shared by the Templar Order as a whole. That is their motivation. That is why they do what they do. They believe the world is in chaos and needs to be ordered and controlled by a select few to restore balance and peace, those being the Templars. I'll come back to the goals and motivations of Templars in another video. Back to the matter at hand. Rickon can be rude and a vulgar individual. Despite both being members of the Inner Sanctum, his emails to Vidic were often disrespectful and impatient. However, he can personify the intelligence and charisma necessary to head a company when need be. Rickon is also ignorant of historical facts, proving when he mistook who Guy Fawkes was, believing Fawkes was involved in the French Revolution. When corrected by a security analyst, he snapped at her, claiming, "We are making history here. The past is largely irrelevant."
Your ancestor, who's been dead for 500 years.
I find it interesting that the Templars feel the need to give Callum hidden blades. What the hell does he need them for? He's in the Animus. Maybe this frame is from somewhere later on in the movie, so I'll just leave it there for now.
What do you want from me?
Your past.
That robotic arm behind Callum is giving me Matrix vibes. This whole trailer gives me Matrix vibes. That's not a bad thing though, it's just an observation. I'm interested in how this new Animus works, but not that interested enough to follow it up. Maybe another time.
Welcome to the Spanish Inquisition.
Another overhead view of Spain, Malta, with an eagle as per usual in Assassin's Creed. I'm not knocking it, just an observation. Now, here's the good stuff you may have been waiting for. I've been researching the Spanish Inquisition for this video, and I've discovered a few potential spoilers and discoveries that may pique your interest. The Spanish Inquisition takes place between 1478 and 1834. Earlier in the video, Sophia said that Callum's ancestor has been dead for 500 years. If we subtract 500 from 2016, we get 1516. Now we know the rough time period, let's delve deeper and see what else we can uncover. Queen Isabella I of Castile is confirmed to appear in this movie. She died in 1504. Now we know the movie's time period takes place in 1504 or earlier. Thomas de Torquemada is also confirmed to appear in this movie. Torquemada is the first Inquisitor General of Spain and confessor to Isabella I of Castile. He dies in 1498. Now we know that the movie takes place in 1498, if not earlier. Let's keep going. I've been reading up on the Spanish Inquisition on the Assassin's Creed Wikia, which only states canon material, I may add. Anyway, it says, and I'll quote, "The first Inquisitor General was Thomas de Torquemada, who in 1491 was persuaded by Rodrigo Borgia to arrest a number of Spanish assassins after giving him a list of supposed heretics. After Louis de Sant'Angelo requested his aid, the Italian assassin Ezio Auditore da Firenze, that's right, Ezio Auditore da Firenze, travelled to Spain to free his brothers and killed several inquisitors, blah blah blah. Ezio spared Torquemada when he learned he was not a Templar and had been manipulated by Rodrigo into arresting the assassins, blah blah blah. The assassins eventually killed Torquemada in 1498. That's the quote. So, do you guys know what this means? Not only do we have an accurate time frame of 7 years now, but we can also deduce that there's a good possibility of Ezio Auditore and even the Borgias making cameos, if not substantial roles, in this movie. Remember the hidden blades earlier in the video? What if WhatCulture.com was spot on and this really is Ezio's hook blade? Is the movie hinting at this? Let's go further forward. The Spanish Inquisition started in 1478. Nothing new there, I already stated this before. Let's carry on. If you look back to Assassin's Creed 2, after the Battle of Forli, which takes place in 1488, the next sequence jumps 9 years to 1497. What was Ezio doing in those 9 years? Why was it not told to us? Well, it was. In the Nintendo DS game, Assassin's Creed 2, Discovery, Ezio travels to Spain. Guess what year? 1491. The same year that Thomas de Torquemada was persuaded by Rodrigo Borgia to arrest a number of Spanish assassins after giving him a list of supposed heretics. In Assassin's Creed 2 Discovery, Ezio is required to travel to Spain to free his brothers and killed several Inquisitors. What if Aguilar is one of the assassins that need freeing? Further evidence later in the video could very well suggest that this may be the case. I just have to say that I love the cinematography in this movie. The colour palette is a little too orange and blue for my liking, but the cinematography, wow, it's just beautiful. Anyway, my opinion on the music in the trailer, to be honest, it doesn't really bother me. I like a bit of Kanye West, and this is just a trailer. Keep that in mind. I'm sure they won't ruin the movie by playing excerpts of Kanye West during action scenes. So that's all I really have to say about the colour palette and the music.
Even though I'm a man of God.
And there's our first look at Christian Bale. Aguilar. Sorry.
My whole life in the hand of God. So y'all better quit playing with God.
And here we have lots of people fighting and explosions and yeah, not much else. And here we have the Spanish Brotherhood, 7 assassins. Nice shot. Not much else to say about that, so let's move on to the next frame. So this is Maria. Not much is known about the character yet, but she's portrayed by Ariane Labed. These guys. So I've been looking through the cast roster on IMDb, but I'm just bad with faces. I'm not having any luck identifying the actors who play these characters. Maybe you guys would like to help. They look important. I'd like to know who they are. I'm sure you would like to know who they are. I think one of them could be Thomas de Torquemada. So yeah. In this frame, it looks like Aguilar is chained to the post. Maybe this is the part where he is arrested by Thomas de Torquemada and sentenced to death. That's assuming that Thomas has a large role to play, and the guy in the last frame was Thomas de Torquemada. Maybe this is just a typical scene, but what if this is where Ezio makes his grand entrance and saves the Spanish assassins? The arrows are pointing to it. I don't know about you guys, maybe I am pushing the boat out there, but looking at the evidence and the hints, I think there is more than a fair chance we could be seeing Ezio in a cameo in the movie. Just some assassin versus Templar action, nothing too special, so let's move on. Could this be Juhani Otzelberg? Portrayed by Dennis Menochet and officially known as Abstergo, head of security, the character looks like him and the official character description fits. Wait a minute, what do we have here? Look at those hidden blades. 2-pronged hidden blades. What the fuck? That's new. This looks like the same scene from before, where Aguilar is chained to a post. It certainly looks like Aguilar may very well be one of the Spanish assassins that Ezio saves, assuming Ezio is in the movie. This looks like some training and modern day fighting. I wonder if that's before or after the assassins save him. No, that isn't a spoiler, I'm just making an assumption. I wonder if it's actually possible to jump from washing line to washing line.
We work in the dark to serve the light.
Callum has some black thing on the back of his neck. I wonder if that's just tape or that's how the Animus works. Kinda like the Matrix, where a wire or a cable has to be attached to the spinal cord for the person to enter the Matrix, or in the case of Assassin's Creed, an ancestor's memory. If so, why wasn't the black net device thing on Callum's neck in a previous shot earlier in the video?
We are assassins.
I am God.
God, that cinematographer. Did you guys know that a stunt actor really dived off the tower without any wires? He landed in a pile of hay perfectly fine. Only joking, it was an airbag. The stunt actor really did actually jump off the tower though without any ropes. That's a true story. Anyway, it looks like this is the end of the trailer, and with that, the analysis. Big talking points. 1. We're returning to the Renaissance era. 2. Ezio may very well be making a cameo. And 3. Juhani Otso-Berg may also be making a cameo. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please give the video a thumbs up if you like the video. It helps spread the word out about the video, and it also assures me that you guys enjoyed the video and want more content. Also, please subscribe if you did like the video, and I'll be sure to release more analysis, podcasts, Easter eggs and all that jazz in the future. See you next time.